I said we'd have a whole lot of solutions to make your home a whole lot better, and here it is. I'm so excited about this. We have sold over 300 just from the preview before we even got to the show. Why am I excited? Because if you've ever opened your drawer of silverware and you've seen a little leg or a little, you know, I don't know, what is it, a wing, or you've opened the cabinets and something just, you know, ran by really fast and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a roach. Oh no, that's a spider. Oh my gosh, did I just hear a mouse underneath my oven? This is the perfect solution. I used these and I bought my first set probably about 2 years ago now, and I've never and will never not have my ultrasonic pest repellers in my home. I will never not have them because I can tell you for a fact they work brilliantly, and all you do, plug the darn things in. All right, here's what we did. This is a very special set. It's a set of 9. On hsn.com right now, you can get a set of 9 of these if you want to, and you will spend over $52 for a set of 9. We've got all of our favorites all in one unit. They all work equally as well. Lou will explain, my guest, how they work and what happens for $39.95. Tonight alone, we have free shipping. This is a big deal. 3 flex pays for tonight as well. So if you saw all the bugs and all the little gross stuff in your house all summer long, this is the safe and effective alternative. Hi, Lou Caputo.
Hey, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm ready to repel bugs.
Yes, we always are.
I am ready to do this.
Aren't we always, though?
Oh, we are. Oh, well, you know, you brought up a great point. You know, so many people live in fear when they hear that crunch in the middle of the night, or you open up that drawer and you see that thing in there, you know. With these Bell & Howell pest repellers, we are going to humanely rid your house of rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders, all by just plugging them in. That's all you do.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that these use sound to get rid of the pests. Ultrasonic sound waves. So basically, it's just sound waves at a higher frequency than we can hear. So you won't hear it, your kids won't hear it, your pets won't hear it, but these guys do. And those sound waves echo off of all the hard surfaces in the room and create what I like to call a force field, okay? Now, we don't know what it sounds like. Nobody knows. I like to think that it sounds like, have you ever set off your alarm in your house? By accident,
yes. Oh,
okay? Yeah. And you know that piercing siren? If you don't know the code, you just want to run outside. That's what this is like to them. It's disorienting, it's loud, they just want to get away. So it's, you know, we don't use any poisons, no traps, nothing like that. You just plug them in.
And it's so easy. Okay, yeah. So let's explain the configuration because these are the best of the best.
This is huge.
Yeah.
This is the biggest configuration we've ever done. I actually just realized now you're getting 3 of the deluxe ones in this, okay? So starting from the beginning, you've got 3 of the standard models in here, okay? Then you're getting 2 with night lights built into them. Then you're getting 3 with the, you're getting 2, no, 3.
Yeah, 3.
With that have everything built into them, which means you're getting 3 that are going to have the plugs and the night lights also
which
built into them.
You don't lose an outlet. That's what he's attempting to explain that.
I am.
Which is really, that's awesome. In fact, is this one it?
No, this one right here, actually the one in the cube in front of me. I made sure I had.
That's really cool because you get all of our very favorites.
Everything right here.
And wait, explain the fact that even though this guy's little, it doesn't matter.
Well, and that's the cool thing is you're getting one of our miniatures, and the miniatures are just as powerful as the full-size units. The only difference is Bell & Howell, they're masters at miniaturization. They made a really small one so that you could plug it in discreetly if you want to put it on a countertop like in the kitchen, bathroom, or something like that. Yeah,
someplace where it's kind of eye level, then you don't notice these that are in there. And all they do is they sit there quietly, and you know they're working because they blink.
They blink, right? And that's the only way you're going to know. But, well, the other way you know is that you suddenly notice you don't have any more pests. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the ants are gone, the roaches are gone. You know, if you've had a spider problem, you know how hard they get rid of. All of a sudden, they're gone too. And that's the beautiful thing about these is they work completely silently. So, you know, a lot of people, I'm an incredibly light sleeper. I mean, like even the ceiling fan sometimes is too much noise for me, okay? These don't bother me. They're plugged into the wall. I don't even know that they're there.
No.
I know I'm saving $45 a month on pest control. Right. I know that.
Right. And you're not putting, but we have 2 little puppies. And, you know, the thought of me putting poisons out, and we tried everything. Lou knows this. We had the worst ant problem ever. And I swear, they gave me, I used this poisonous liquid. And gosh knows, once we got our dogs, I would never put that in again. But I put it out before the dogs. And what would the ants do? They would just march around it. Like, they weren't affected by it at all. And what happened was, that was not effective effective at all. And I'm such a nerd today because I was down by my dog bowls, and my dogs, of course, are crazy when they're eating their food. So there was leftover, you know, food just kind of around the bowls. And this is what a nerd I am.
Yeah.
I was down low, and I was admiring the fact that for years, I used to look at the ants go near their bowl, and they'd have that line, and all the time I was trying to find a solution. Ever since the moment I put these in, I have never seen another ant line around the bowls where all the extra food is.
Right.
It's never happened again. And I just took a minute today just to admire the brilliance of that.
Doesn't it feel good, though?
It sounds nerdy. Doesn't that sound nerdy, though? It sounds completely nerdy, but it really matters.
But it's so frustrating when you see that. And here's the thing, and we're kind of just touching on this a second ago. When we get an ant problem or any kind of a pest problem, you run to the store and you start looking for solutions, okay? And believe me, there's more solutions than you can imagine. And you were talking about these little liquid baits right here.
Yeah.
You know, the ants will walk around them, and that's what's so frustrating. But the thing is, once you use that up, you gotta buy more, and you gotta buy more. Same thing with the sprays and the traps and all these things. And what's really makes me crazy is everything's specific. So this is just for ants, right? Okay. Then the other problem that people have a lot is with roaches, especially down here in Florida.
And roaches are gross.
Yeah, we've got the palmetto bugs, and I can tell you, I'm gonna tell you some really freaky things about roaches in a few minutes. But for the roaches, look at the things they come up for them with tablets and little sticky traps and bombs and sprays and even more stuff to spend money on. But again, once you've used this, you gotta go and buy more. Right. And then when you have, let's say a rat or a mouse problem, I gotta make more room here. With the rats and the mice, we get truly medieval. We come up with some really freakish ways to get rid of them. Yeah. From sticky traps so they die of dehydration and starvation, to the poisons. And the funny thing is the poisons, they were glued on or they're falling off. Nobody wants to touch this because it's poison.
Oh, that's true. And you know what? This looks like a very familiar dog,
doesn't it? My dog loves those. And then this one looks like it's kitty litter over here. You don't want that around your pets. You don't want this around your kids. Oh. You know, and the other thing is this is not humane. People think poison is the way to go. Like it's just good night. You know, it's not. It takes a week for them to die, and then they decompose in your ceilings and your floors and your walls, and you get that smell for a long time. And then we got this guy right here, and this is the one. If you don't know how to bait one of these and how to set this, your fingers are going to let you know that you did something wrong. But the problem with this too is that there's a carcass that somebody's got to deal with. You got to rebait this. If you just get the Bell & Howell Pest Repellers, and this 9-pack, by the way, is massive. It's enough to do a 2-story home, okay? If you just get these pest repellers right now, they take care of the ants, they take care of the roaches, the rats, the mice, and one thing that there's nothing out here on this table for, spiders. And that's a big one, because have you ever asked an exterminator, how do you get rid of spiders? They want to tent your house. Right. It's the only way to do it.
Right, except this will do it.
Yes.
And the only way you'll know is you'll get it, and then all of a sudden you'll never have the problem again. Now, we got another story too. We used to have a terrible rat problem. And one time, and this is an expensive problem, one time our dishwasher stopped working, and we couldn't figure out why. Oh, remember the story?
Yes, I do.
And what had happened was my husband pulls the whole inner guts of the dishwasher out, and a rat had chewed its way through our kitchen and chewed its way into our dishwasher and was chewing the bottom of it. So what went from being just a problem with the dishwasher now cost us $500 because we had to replace the whole dishwasher. He literally had ruined the dishwasher. Or do I spend $39.95 and not have the problem again? And do you know, ever since we put these all over our house, I've never heard a rat, because we have a really old house, a rat in the wall, and late at night I could hear them crawling up the wall, and that's so gross.
And that just makes your skin crawl, doesn't it?
And again, oh my gosh, and for you had the problem where they literally chewed through your
my air conditioning. Well, and the thing with me was, see, I was paying the guy $45 a month, as I mentioned earlier, to just come to my house, and he'd walk around and he would spray poison around the house, okay? Well, here's the thing. The rat dropped off a tree, so he didn't go over the barrier, he didn't go through the barrier protection, he went over it, got on my roof, found a little tiny hole in one of the eaves, got in my garage, and the way we figured out he was in there is one day the air conditioning stopped working, so I walked out there to go check the outside unit, and I saw something out of the corner of my eye moving. Yep. I went back in the house, I'm like, we gotta call the exterminator. And when they came out, we found out that he chewed through the air conditioning line. I had a bunch of cornhole bags out in the garage. He ate all of the corn that was in the bags.
Now that's bad.
That was bad. That, for me, it was the worst.
Don't mess with the cornhole.
For me, that was the worst thing. But at the end, I mean, the story there is that I paid so much money to have all that stuff replaced and fixed. Right. All that, had to hire an exterminator to come out and take care of it. If I had just at that time, this was like 6 years ago, if I'd had the Bell & Howell Pest Repellers, never would have had this problem.
It's a crazy simple answer, isn't it?
It's almost too easy, and that's the thing I think that hangs a lot of people up, is when they hear the fact that all you've got to do is plug this in and not do anything else. I know it's hard to wrap your head around this, but if you just look at the science behind it, the fact that, you know, Bell and Howell has made projectors since the dawn of time practically. You know, 109 years they've been in business. And part of those projectors were speakers. They've won awards for advancements in audio. These are little tiny speakers. They're putting those ultrasonic sound waves out. And by the way, when we talk about rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders, it's not just you and I coming up with 5 things. You know, HSN's legal department went to Bell and Howell and they said, listen, guys, you need to go and you got to have third-party independent laboratory testing done. And it's really super expensive. So they picked the 5 most common things people have problems with. And that's why you will hear me say, and Suzanne and anybody else who sells these here, that these are effective at repelling rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders from the localized area in which they're working, which is why having a 9-pack is massive, because you've got enough here to do 2 stories of an average size house, and depending on your house, maybe the basement, the attic, and the garage.
And that's what you recommend. So explain how to position them.
Yeah, there's the thing. You always want to put these in a room or an area where it's open. You don't want to put them behind furniture. You don't want to put them behind a door that closes. Don't
block them.
Yeah, don't block them, because you want those sound waves to come out, okay? Put one in every single room in the house. If you have enough, or if you need to buy another set, get them, because you don't want to leave that attic, you know, open, because again, that's how they get in the walls. They come through the attic. Right. You don't want to leave the basement open, because they can come through cracks in your foundation. And you certainly don't want to leave the garage open, because the garage is the biggest opening into your home. So I always say you gotta have them in the garage as well. But with this many, I mean, you might even, depending, like
it
in my house,
cover your whole house.
Well, if
this would cover my whole house.
Well, if I bought a 9-pack, okay, I would have enough to do my house, a shed, you know, my boat. I mean, somebody, by the way, boat.
Yes,
boat.
we're putting them on there. Oh, you're not kidding me, of course. Okay. Absolutely. No, I will never not have these wherever I'm at, because that's how great they work. And they keep on working. That's what's amazing too.
Yeah.
I keep thinking, because they are running 24/7, they never stop, right? And I keep thinking, well, pretty soon I'm going to see, because everything wears out eventually. Mine are still going strong. I have no issues right now of having to replace them.
How long have you had yours?
What, 2 years, maybe 3 years?
I've had a set for 4 years.
Are they still original?
Still working. And here's how you know, by the way, it's still the originals. Yeah. Look right here. That little flashing right there. That little LED, that's what lets you know that they're working, because you can't hear them. So that's the only way you're going to know. And as long as we're on the shot right here, these are the LEDs. So you're getting the set, you know, several in this set that have LED lights. There's a light sensor on the top here. So when I cover that, you're going to see them come on. They are absolutely brilliant for hallways, for the kitchen, the bathroom, wherever. When it gets dark in the room, those little lights are going to come on.
They're surprisingly bright.
They really are.
And actually, I come home late at night, and I have one when you walk in my door. You go into the next room straight in, and I have one plugged right there. And it really helps me see to get in the house, quite frankly. Okay, so here's the story. We took the best configuration we've ever done. On hsn.com right now, you can get a 9-pack, not this one, but another 9-pack, and it's $52 and change. Okay, and tonight we have, with shipping, yeah, that's right, you have to pay shipping on top of it, and we'll sell thousands of those. They work that well. Or you get them tonight while you can. The flex pay, the free shipping, the $39.95, it's all for tonight only. When we hit midnight, that same unique combination will not be available. So try them out. And here's the other thing. You could be a doubting Thomas, and we get it, because it does seem too simple. You're thinking, wait a minute, I should be buying all these poisons year after year. The problem never goes away with poison. It just goes away temporarily, and it'll be back. Yeah. With these, it's gone, like really gone. So instead of doing that, invest in these, and we have a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So put them in the room where you've got the problem, put them all over your house. If it doesn't solve it, send it back. We'll refund your money. But I'm telling you from my own experience, these work. And you know what's neat, Lou? I've forgotten that we don't have this battle anymore of buying all these poisons.
Isn't it funny? Yeah.
I've forgotten that.
You know, and I remember the first, because living in Florida, it's like Wild Kingdom down here, let's face it, you know what I mean? So, you know, I don't have that frustration anymore of seeing a bug and looking under the sink and not having any spray. Now, that never happens, because I never go out and buy this stuff. You know, so you just think about how many times you've had to go to the store, how many times you've had to replace all these different chemicals, and how great your life would be if you could just have no rats, mice, ants, roaches, spiders, and do nothing about it.
Nothing.
Nothing. Plug one of these units in and just let it work. And I don't care if you live in the city, in the country, in a high-rise building. Right, It doesn't matter. We're all going to have a pest problem at some point.
And speaking of high-rises, though, this is one thing. If you lived in an apartment, you've got people above and below you, you might be as clean as can be, but guess what if they're not? So if you have these, they're not gonna hang out in your house. They're gonna go to someplace else. Here's what you're getting. You're getting 2 of the minis, right? You get 3 of the minis?
No, actually, you're getting 3 of the standard. You're
These
getting
are 3
3
standards.
of the deluxe.
They work exactly like the deluxe, guys.
Totally.
They're just a little more discreet. You get 3 of the deluxe.
Are standard, deluxe.
And then you get the one, I love these because this actually saves your plug.
2 with the night lights and 1 with the mini.
Isn't that cool? So you get 9 of them, and you just plug them in, and then you never worry about it. And imagine year after year after year, you're not having to go buy those chemicals. And explain to Lou why this time of year is important to actually have them.
Well, and here's the thing, because we've had so much rain that all these pests are looking for a place to go that's dry and has food. And now the winter's going to come, and we know what happens in the winter. They want heat, they want food, they want your house.
They want to come inside.
Yeah.
Just try them tonight, plug them in, and just let them do their thing. You'll love it. Like, you'll really be shocked.
You really will.
And I was appreciating my dog food bowls. Maybe I should clean up the crumbs around it. I don't know, but you know.
The dogs will get it.
Today, that's what I thought too. I was like, man, but there was no ants in the crumbs. That was what the good thing was. Lou, thanks.
You're welcome.
And again, stay on the line.